Charity workers, what's your most memorable experience while volunteering? I signed up to volunteer at a homeless shelter during winter break from college. I was 23 and just wanted something easy to put on my resume. They stuck me in the back office doing data entry, which was perfect because I hate talking to people. My job was typing names from intake forms into the computer system. Names, ages, medical stuff. Boring. I'd been doing this for like 2 weeks, drinking my coffee and typing away. Then one Tuesday morning, the director dropped off another stack of handwritten forms. I cracked my knuckles and started going through them like always. Name, age, address. Name, age, address. Then I got to line 14 and literally dropped my coffee all over the desk. Monica R. Holt, age 43. Last known address, none. Emergency contact, unknown. Medical needs, history of substance abuse, schizophrenia untreated, chronic back pain. Monica R. Holt was my mom's full name. I hadn't seen her since I was 12 years old. That was the day Child Protective Services took me and my little brother away after our neighbor called about the screaming coming from our apartment. My mom had been different back then. Angry, confused, talking to herself constantly. The last thing she ever said to me was, "I'll find you again, baby. I promise I'll find you." And here she was, on a list of people who needed a cot and a hot meal. I stared at that paper for like 10 minutes. My hands were shaking. I wasn't supposed to know who was staying at the shelter. I definitely wasn't supposed to contact them. But I couldn't just sit there knowing my mom was somewhere in this building. The next few days I started volunteering for everything. Kitchen duty, shower supplies, night check-in. I told them I wanted to get more involved, but really I was just trying to catch a glimpse of her. On my 4th day of searching, I was helping serve dinner when I saw her. She was sitting alone at a corner table, rocking slightly back and forth, clutching a paper bag like it held her entire life. She looked so much thinner than I remembered. Her hair was gray now and matted. She barely looked like the woman who used to make me banana pancakes when I was sad. I walked over with a tray of food, trying to act normal. My heart was beating so fast I thought I might pass out. "Here you go," I said, setting down the plate. She didn't look up, just kept rocking. I sat down across from her, even though volunteers weren't supposed to do that. "Monica?" Nothing. Then I remembered something. When I was little and having a bad day, my mom would always say this weird phrase to cheer me up. "Banana pancakes," I whispered. She stopped rocking. Her eyes snapped up to mine. They were the same brown eyes I remembered, but they looked so tired now. "You liked them with chocolate chips," she whispered back. I started crying right there in the middle of the dining room. She reached across the table and touched my hand with her shaky fingers. "Tanya, my baby girl?" We sat there for 3 hours talking. She told me about the last 10 years, the hospitals, the streets, the shelters. She told me she tried to find me and my brother but didn't know how. She said she thought about those chocolate chip pancakes every single day. I told her about school, about my brother who was studying engineering in Colorado, about how we both turned out okay. She cried when I showed her pictures of him on my phone. The shelter supervisor came over eventually and asked if everything was all right. I explained who she was. They let me talk to the social worker about getting my mom into their mental health program. It wasn't like a movie where everything got fixed instantly. She was still sick. She still had bad days where she didn't recognize me. But we started meeting once a week. I'd bring her favorite snacks from the vending machine and we'd sit in the common room. One day she was having a really good day, really lucid. She grabbed my hand and said, "I kept my promise. I found you again."